Alright fellas, what's going on? Denonu here, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And we got ourselves another commentary video today. Meant to get one out a couple days ago, but got caught up with some stuff. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the recent news regarding, well, I guess they don't know yet, but there's a new picture of Deathstroke going around, and apparently Ben Affleck tweeted a picture or a video clip of Deathstroke, I guess being filmed in a movie with a green screen or some kind of thing. I haven't seen it myself, I've just seen other YouTube videos talk about it. And a lot of people are hinting or suggesting that this may be the Batman solo movie that, you know, that they're trying to get people pumped for. Or a lot of other people are saying that, oh, this is a part of Justice League. And I figured I'd give my 2 cents on it, being a huge Deathstroke fan myself. I read up about the character, read all of his older comic books from back in the day, and know a whole lot about him. So, given what I know about the character and everything, honestly, I think that this is going to be something more for the Batman movie. Ben Affleck's first movie. It makes a whole lot of sense if they throw him in Justice League. Justice League already is a convoluted movie. You have, what, like 7 heroes, maybe a couple villains in the movie, and then you have all the side characters that go along with that. That is a lot for one movie. Why would you introduce a whole nother villain character? I can understand, like, maybe if it's a cameo or something like that, maybe he's in it for 5 minutes, but why would you waste him in a role like that? Deathstroke, for those of you who don't know, the reason why they're doing this is he's a hugely popular character. He's not an A-lister by any means, but people recognize his armor. He's been in tons of stuff recently. He's in both Injustice games. I think he's in the second one. But I know he was in the first one. He's been in Arrow. Matter of fact, they actually took him off of Arrow so they can probably put him in this movie. So he's been in tons of stuff. And people like his character. He is a badass character. Somebody who is on par with Batman, if not better. Just saying. Throwing that out there for all of you Batman fans that like to get butthurt and think that Batman can never be beat. No. That is not the case. Deathstroke, when he first met Batman, whooped his ass. I mean, granted, it was a two-way fight. I'm not saying he just smacked Batman once and, you know, Batman went crying like a little bitch. But they basically fought each other, and Deathstroke won that fight. Now, they damn near beat each other to death, but the catch of it was the reason why, at least in that comic, the reason why, and Deathstroke told Batman why Batman couldn't beat him was that because he wasn't willing to kill him. Whereas Deathstroke didn't have that problem. You know, so that he was willing to go that extra mile to actually defeat Batman, whereas Batman's always holding back. And that's the problem. So that was the reason why he won that fight. They fought a few times after that, and Batman has won. So I'm not saying that Batman can't win, but he's a big enough threat by himself. Way more than the Joker, way more than probably half of Batman's rogues gallery. Because, I mean, I've always somebody who thought Batman's rogue gallery was a joke. Literally, you know, literally in Joker's case. It just doesn't make sense to me how somebody as skilled as Batman can be defeated by people who don't know how to fight and don't have powers. And yet you yourself don't have powers, but yet you fight people who do have powers. It makes no sense. If you're that good, you should not be beat 90% of the time. But Batman has some shitty villains, what can I say? Anyways, back to what I was talking about. I think they can really throw him into a Batman solo movie. The problem with that is, unless they can do a complete 180 and change his whole personality, which I doubt they would do. I mean, that's kind of... I mean, I know they fucked up so far with a lot of stuff, but it's like, come on, they have to learn their lesson eventually. That's what I'm hoping. So, I'm assuming he's going to be, if he is in the movie, I don't think he's going to be the main villain. I honestly think he would be... Deathstroke is your number 2 guy. Deathstroke is a paid mercenary. Meaning somebody's gonna hire him to do a job, and if it falls within his honor code or his warped side of ethics, then he will do that job and get paid for it. Or he will kill the person who stiffed him out on his money. That's how he rolls. He's not the kind of guy to be like, oh, I want to take over Gotham. He wants to do this. Hell, he's not even in Gotham half the time. He's not a Batman villain, period. If anything, he's a Teen Titans villain, but you know, I doubt they're ever going to go that route with the movies anyway, but I can see him being in the movie as like somebody's lieutenant. You know, I don't know who that person would be. I'm assuming they're not gonna go with the Joker. I know a lot of people want them to do the Joker again. Honestly, I don't think that's gonna happen. Not only were people not super receptive to the Suicide Squad of Jared Leto's Joker, a lot of people liked him, a lot of people didn't. But then he trash talked them and said fuck them in an interview. And you being an actor, you don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're one of those people, which like he is, he's probably one of those extremely idealistic people who wear their heart on their sleeve kind of sort of thing. The reason why you don't do that is because it's the same reason why, what's his name? Andrew Garfield, the last Spider-Man movie, why they fired him was because he didn't play ball outside of the movie. He didn't go to those ball appearances. He didn't go to those promotions and stuff like that. And and some big wig came in from Sony and they threw one of those galleys or one of those balls, and let's say he didn't show up and he didn't give nobody notice. So they was like, okay, well, fire his ass. You don't do certain things, and what Jared Leto did, I'm assuming they're gonna fire his ass for that shit. Like, he won't be Joker in the next Batman. It's gonna be like maybe 2 Batman movies in, maybe 3. They're gonna redo Joker, and it's gonna be somebody else. I mean, that's how I see it. They're just gonna say fuck them, fuck it. People didn't like that Joker anyway. They could just say, oh, that wasn't the real Joker. That was just somebody claiming my name, or whatever. You know, they can bullshit a reason, or just leave it alone and just be like, okay, well, here's the Joker now. You know, that's how I think they're gonna do it. I don't think they're gonna keep him. That's just not something you do. You know what I'm saying? You don't. What's that saying that they always say? Damn! It was a saying about using the bathroom. Like, you don't piss where you live, something like that. But anyway, honestly, I think Deathstroke, like I said, I think he's gonna be in Batman's movie. I really don't think he's going to be the main villain. The problem with that is, like I said before, Batman has a shitty rogues gallery. Everybody loves him, yeah, but as a main threat, they're all shitty villains. And the fact that they've all been done in movies before, for the most part. You only have like 1 or 2 of them that's never been touched. Like, I would love to see... or me personally, if I was making a movie, I would want them to redo Mr. Freeze and make an evil, badass, sinister Mr. Freeze. That could work. I wouldn't do Joker. I wouldn't do Harley, because that's been done before. Recently, I might add. I wouldn't do 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞. You could do him if you do him right, but that's a whole lot of backstory you got to tell before you even get to him. So I can't say him. I would do somebody... I can't really, you can't even say Black Mask, because he's not even like a Batman villain per se. You know what I'm saying? If Hollywood had any balls, you know what I would want them to do as Batman's solo movie? And I guess you can even have Deathstroke in it. I mean, if you wanted to sprinkle him in there somewhere. What was that Jason Todd animated DC movie that came out a few years ago? Why don't they do that? If they had any balls. You know what I'm saying? You can work that into their own storyline that they've already set, because according to the story that they already set, Batman's killing people in Justice League, well, not in Justice League, but in Batman v Superman and everything, was because Jason Todd got killed as Robin by Joker and Harley. So you can easily just have him come back as the Red Hood, try to take over Gotham, and have Batman learn his lesson from Superman's death, even though that's incredibly fucking stupid. But I mean, that's just one of the things you can actually, you know, do. I mean, they could do it that way if that's what they wanted to. Honestly, I mean, they can even do that, or they can do Clayface. But then again, they don't have that Disney money like Marvel do, so I mean, the CG would be shitty for him. But I mean, make up somebody. You know, why can't Hollywood just make up their own villain? Why do they have to be stuck using the same 5 or 6 people from his rogues gallery? I mean, why can't they just make up their own villain? I mean, you already got people coming to see Batman. They're gonna be in the seats anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's not like they're not coming for the villain. You know, it's a Batman movie. But I don't know, fellas. I mean, maybe it's gonna be interesting. Let me say that it's definitely gonna be interesting. I just hope that they do Deathstroke justice, because like I said, I'm a huge fan of his character, and so far in all of the media that he's been in, Arrow, Injustice, video games, things like that, you know, they've been doing him justice. So I'm hoping that WB don't fuck up once again and put him in a movie that he doesn't belong in, and then make him either a secondary character or a shitty character or a shitty cameo 5-minute fight scene kind of sort of thing, you know, because he's more than that. I mean, if you want villains like that, hell, you have fucking Condiment King, you know, showing my age with him, but you know, another one from the animated series. Or hell, they can have Lockup from the animated series, you know, use him as a throwaway villain. They don't have to use, you know, somebody like Deathstroke who has some prestige to him. Anyways, fellas, check the description down below for links to other content and stuff that I produce, or hit me up on Twitter or Facebook, or hit me up in a private DM on YouTube. It doesn't matter. If you want to converse with me, I'm always open to chat about anything, whether that's, you know, you not liking my content, what you like about my content, or ways you think I should, you know, I can improve, or even if it's something, you know, something small, just saying hey or something like that, or even just, you know, throwing video ideas my way. I love any kind of criticism I get, so if you check out any of my stuff, I will be greatly appreciated. My name has been Denonu, the man with the biggest and the most blackest privilege on YouTube, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.